Hello students, welcome in the another class of English grammar. As you can see on your screen, today we will discuss about the second parts of speech which is named as pronoun. So without further making any delay, let's begin to understand and to discuss about pronoun. So the word pronoun has a specific meaning. Pro means in place of. Pro means in place of. And noun means a naming word, right? So basically, a pronoun is a word that is used in place of a noun or any naming word to avoid the repetition of the same noun. Or we can say that we use pronoun to replace a noun. Okay? So pronoun is a word that is used in place of a noun or in place of a naming word to avoid the repetition of the same noun. Let's have a look at the examples of pronoun. The first example says Rahul is a boy. In this sentence, Rahul is a noun, right? It further says that he goes to school. So in this sentence, he refers to Rahul. So instead of saying that Rahul is a boy, Rahul goes to school, it wouldn't sound nice. Hence, we have replaced Rahul with he, that he goes to school, which becomes nicer to our ears, right? So in this way, he is the example of a pronoun. The second example says that Ria is my friend. In this sentence, Ria is a noun, right? And to avoid the repetition of the same word, Ria, we have replaced it with she. That she is very helpful. She refers to Ria. So in this way, she also becomes the example of a pronoun, right? The third example says, the rose is red. In this sentence, rose is a noun. Instead of saying the rose smells beautifully again, we have replaced the rose with it, that it smells beautifully. So in this way, we can use a pronoun to avoid the repetition of the same noun again and again. So he, she, it, they, we, me, you, etc. are the examples of pronoun. Okay. Now let's move on to the categories of pronoun or the types of pronouns. There are 6 categories of a pronoun, okay, or 6 types of pronouns. They are personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, relative pronoun, and reflexive pronoun. Okay, so there are total 6 categories of pronoun. Now I will read one by one each category of pronoun and discuss it with definition and example. Okay, so the first category is personal pronoun. What is a personal pronoun or what are personal pronouns? Personal pronouns are used to refer to someone or something already mentioned. That means there has to be a noun mentioned previously. Okay? Or to refer the person speaking. That means the first person who is the speaker. Or the person listening. That means the second person who will be listening the first person. So, to refer a person or any object or material, we can use he, she, it, they as pronoun or as personal pronoun. The person who will be speaking, that means the first person is I or me, right? And the person who will be speaking, that means the second person is you. So he, she, it, they, you, I, me, etc. are the examples of personal pronoun. Now let's understand these examples with the help of the sentences. Okay, the first sentence says that when Raju got the news, he looked happy. So in this sentence, Raju is a noun, right? And to avoid the repetition of the same word Raju, or to refer Raju, we have used he. That he looked happy. That means Raju looked happy. So to refer Raju, we have used he. In this way, he becomes the example of personal pronoun. Okay. The second sentence says, or the second example says, doctors are working hard nowadays. So in this sentence, doctors, this word is the example of of a noun, right? And to refer this word doctors, we have used they, that they are very brave. They refers to the doctors, right? To avoid the repetition of doctors, we have used they as pronoun. Hence, there is the example of personal pronoun. The third example says, I love music. Who is speaking in the sentence? Who is the speaker? I is the speaker. Hence, I becomes the first person and the example of a personal pronoun, right? And in this sentence, music is the noun, and to refer music, we have written it makes me happy. It. To refer music, we have written particularly it. So it is again another example of personal pronoun. Instead of saying music makes me happy, we have written it makes me happy, which makes the sentence nicer. Okay. So he, she, it, they, I, me, you, etc. are the examples of personal pronoun. Now let's move on to the second category of pronoun, which is possessive pronoun. If you understand the meaning of the word possessive, then it will be easier for you to identify a possessive pronoun. Okay. So possessive pronouns are part of a personal pronoun. Okay, so it says that possessive pronouns are a part of any personal pronoun. They show ownership and or possession. That means every possessive pronoun will show ownership and possession, as that name suggests. It suggests possessive pronoun. Possessive means ownership or possession. So possessive pronouns will also be similar to that. Okay, they make a sentence shorter and clearer. So possessive pronouns makes a sentence shorter and clearer for our understanding. Let's have a look at the examples of possessive pronouns. This blue shirt is mine. In this sentence, the blue shirt is noun, right? And I am the owner of this blue shirt. Hence, I am saying that this blue shirt is mine. To show my possession or my ownership, I am using the word mine. Hence, mine becomes the example of possessive pronoun. And as I said that I am the owner of this blue shirt. So in this way, mine becomes the part of I. That means it becomes the part of the personal pronoun. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That is your house. Now again in this sentence, with the word your, we can understand the possession of the second person. So in this way, your becomes the example of possessive pronoun. Or the third example says, she lent me her doll. In this sentence, her is a part of she, right? That her doll, and her also shows possession, that her doll, ownership of the she, right? So in this way, all the possessive pronouns are part of a personal pronoun and they show the ownership or possession. So mine, your, her, or his, or theirs, or its are the examples of possessive pronouns. Okay. Now let's move on to the third category of pronoun, which is demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns point out to the nouns which are being referred to. That means if we want to refer any noun, we have to use a demonstrative pronoun. This, that, these, those are the demonstrative pronouns. So it is very easy for someone to remember the examples of demonstrative pronouns because this, that, these, those are the universal examples of demonstrative pronouns. There are no other words, okay, or there are no other examples of demonstrative pronouns. So it is very easy for one to remember the examples of demonstrative pronouns, which are this, that, these, and those. Let's have a look at the examples. This house belongs to Mr. Roy. So to refer the house, we have used the demonstrative word this. So in this way, this becomes the examples of a demonstrative pronoun. The second example says, that is our school, Sharda Vidya Mandir. So to refer the school, we are using the demonstrative word that, right? That is our school. So in this way, that becomes the example of a demonstrative pronoun. The third example says, those birds are flying in the sky. So to refer the noun, the birds, we're using the demonstrative word those. So in this way, those becomes the examples of a demonstrative pronoun. So it is very easy, like I said, these, that, these, those are the examples of demonstrative pronoun. Now let's move on to the fourth category of pronoun, which is interrogative pronoun. So what are interrogative pronouns? Interrogative pronouns are used for asking questions. If you want to ask any question, we should use interrogative pronoun. The main interrogative pronouns are what, why, which, whom, when, whose, etc. That means any WH word. Any WH word is the example of an interrogative pronoun. Okay. Examples: what, why, which, whom, whose, when, how, etc. Okay. Let's have a look at the examples. Who is your father? In this sentence, we are asking the question with the help of the WH word who. So in this way, who becomes the examples of interrogative pronoun. The second example says, why are you not listening? The third example says, where are you going? So in all of these sentences, we are asking a question with the help of these WH words, that why, who, where. So in this way, if you want to ask any question with the help of any WH word, it would be an example of an interrogative pronoun. It must ask a question, okay? And any WH word will be example of an interrogative pronoun. Now let's move on to the fifth category of the pronoun, which is named as the relative pronoun. The relative pronouns are used to join sentences. That means the function of relative pronoun is to join to individual sentences to make it shorter, to make it clearer to understand, and also to refer to nouns or pronouns mentioned previously. As it says pronoun, so there has to be a previously mentioned noun. Okay. Look at the examples of relative pronoun. The first example says, the man who is standing under the tree is my uncle. So in this sentence, there could be two sentences. One is that the man is standing under the tree, right? And the second sentence could be that the man is my uncle, right? I'm repeating once again, there could be two sentences. One is the man is standing under the tree, and the second sentence could be the man is my uncle. And we have joined these two sentences by using a relative pronoun who to mention the man, that the man who is standing under the tree is my uncle. So we have used who to refer a previously mentioned noun, which is the man. Okay, let's have a look at the second example. The book that is on the table is mine. Again, there could be two sentences. One is the book is on the table, and the other could be the book is mine. And we have joined these two sentences by using the relative pronoun that the book that is on the table is mine. In this sentence, that refers to the book, which is a noun, right? We are referring that, we are referring the book with the help of that, which is a relative pronoun which will relate. Okay. The third example says the city which is mentioned in the book is beautiful. Again, there could be two sentences. One is the city is mentioned in the book, and the second sentence could be the city is beautiful. And we have joined these two sentences by using the relative pronoun which, that the city which is mentioned in the book is beautiful. We have referred the city with the help of the word which. You have to remember, we are not asking any question with the help of any WH word, who or which. Okay, we are referring who, which to a previously mentioned noun. We are not asking any question. There is a difference between interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun. In interrogative pronoun, we will ask a question, right? And relative pronoun, we will use the WH words or demonstrative words to mention or to refer a previously mentioned noun or pronoun. Okay, now let's move on to the reflexive pronoun. This is the last category of pronoun. Okay, so what are reflexive pronouns? Reflexive pronouns are formed by adding self or selves to personal pronouns. So after any personal pronoun, if we use self, SELF, if it is singular, and if it is plural, we have to add selves, SELVES, then it will be a example of a reflexive pronoun. It is very easy to identify a reflexive pronoun in a sentence because there would be either self or selves. They are used as an object in the sentence. Okay, so reflexive pronouns are never used as a subject of the sentence. They are always used as an object in a sentence to refer a previously mentioned noun or pronoun. Okay, let's have a look at the examples. He hurt himself while playing. In this sentence, he is the personal pronoun, or you can say he is the subject of this sentence, right? And to refer he again, we have written himself. Himself, SELF. So in this way, himself is the example of reflexive pronoun. Okay, and as he is singular, hence we have used self. Let's have a look at the second example. I bought a nice dress for myself. In this sentence, I is the example of personal pronoun, and also I is the subject of this sentence. And to refer I, that means the subject of the sentence, once again, we have written myself in the object of the sentence to refer I, right? So in this way, myself becomes the example of reflexive pronoun which reflects I, or himself in this sentence reflects he. The third example says we bought gifts for ourselves. In the third example, we is the example of personal pronoun, and also we is the subject of this third sentence, right? And to reflect we, that means the subject of the sentence, once again we have written ourselves as the object of the sentence, and as we is a plural, right? That we refers to more than one person. That's why we have written ourselves, ACLVES. If it is singular, if the previously mentioned noun or pronoun is singular, then we will use self, ACLF. And if the previously mentioned noun or pronoun is plural, then we will use selves, SELVES. So in this way, himself, herself, myself, yourself, or yourselves, or ourselves, or themselves, etc. are the examples of reflexive pronouns. Okay. Now let's move on to the notes or some tidbits about pronouns. It says pronouns can be used as the subject of sentence or as the object of a sentence. Okay. So in the previously mentioned any example, you can observe that a pronoun could be a subject of a sentence or could be an object of a sentence. Have a look at the example once again. That did you gift him a toy car? In this sentence, you is the subject, right? And him is the object. So it basically says a pronoun can be used as both as the subject and object of a sentence. Okay? We express pronouns in three ways. First person, if the subject is singular, then we will use I. And if the subject is, plural, then we will use we. And I will be me in the object and we will be us in the object of the first person. The second person of the singular or plural in the subject or in the case of object, it will be you in every case. Okay, there is no changes. Okay, now in the third person, if it is singular, if it is a singular subject, then we can use he, she, or it. Okay, and to refer them in the place of object, we can write him, her, or it. And to refer a third person in plural number, we can write they as the subject of a sentence. And to mention a third person in plural number, but in the place of an object, we can write them. So this were the notes about the pronoun, which says that we can use a pronoun as a subject and as an object in singular and in plural case in a sentence. So that was all about the sentence. I hope you have understood about the pronoun. This class was beneficial for you all. Thank you, students, for staying till the end. We'll see you in my next class. Till then, stay safe and goodbye.